Hello, it's Kasra here from Ward CNC. I'm in our Sheffield showroom today with our applications engineer, Andy Davis. And we are going to look at the brand new Hartrol Premium 1 control. Hi, Andy.
Hi, Kasra.
So could you explain a bit more about this control and its features?
Right, this is the Hartrol Premium 1 control, which supersedes the old Hartrol Plus 1, 2 and 3 control. It's a lot sleeker, a lot better design.
So it seems that Hartford spent a lot of time developing this control.
Yes, they've spent a lot of time listening to the customer from the previous controls and updated this control to make it a lot better, a lot user-friendly.
Right. So could you walk us through some of the features and the benefits and the apps that come with this control?
So this control it's a Mitsubishi-based software at the back with the Hartford HMI front on. But you can also run it with the full Mitsubishi screen if you want. So you can turn it back to the full Mitsubishi control. It also has a feature on where you can turn it into a FANUC display.
Right, okay, so it's not a FANUC control,
no.
But if you're used to using a FANUC control,
yep,
then you would have that.
All the features.
Let's go back to the home screen. So what sort of apps do we have here?
So all these apps have been designed to help the operator to make it as easy to program, as easy to run the machine possible. So you have file transfer, where you can transfer files to and from your hard drive, your memory card, as well as your USB, or a data server if it's connected to the internet. You don't have to run it from memory, like most machines. This will run direct from memory, hard drive, and USB as standard.
Right, that's a very nice feature. That doesn't really come with a lot of controls these days.
No.
So you mentioned programming. Could you show us a few examples of that?
Yes, so it comes with built-in CAN cycles, where you can define the program, the tool data, the cycle you want, drilling, milling, and it's a bit like the manual guide on FANUC. You just fill the data in and it'll write the program for you, and then you just transfer that to your memory or hard drive and run.
Right, so it's a parametric. You don't have to actually type in the ISO program.
No, the G-codes.
Yeah, okay.
It also comes with its own built-in CAD CAM package. Now this is 2.5D, not a full 3D CAM package. I'll just open that up. You can actually draw your part on the screen yourself, or you can actually load a DXF file in. So if I just do that, pick the features you want to machine, drilling, pocketing, milling. It'll then put all those cycles together, run it in simulation, and you'll get a 3D screen of your part being machined.
Right. So then what happens after you've proven that the simulation works okay?
You just transfer that program or save it, a name or program number, into the memory or hard drive, and you can run it direct from there.
Right, okay, that's a very handy feature.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. So now let's talk about calibration software and the cycles that come with the machine. What can we see here?
Yes, it also comes with its own calibration app. Press on the calibration app, G17 plane, you can also do G18, G19. Select what you want to do, so we'll do an X circle center, put it into handle jog, move it to the first position on the control, 2 buttons, you'll hear a beep, that's your first one set, move it to the second one, press your buttons, another beep, move it to your third and last one, you'll get a double beep, that means you've got all the correct positions. Go to your settings page, choose which offset you want to save to, G54 up to G59, we'll do G59. Save, that's now set the datum to the center of the hole that you were doing.
That's really simple.
Yeah,
that's dead easy.
Really easy.
Yeah.
It also comes with Venisure set and inspect software built into the control. You pick the cycle, single cycle. You can either pick spindle probe, tool setter, or the laser tool setter. We'll just pick the spindle probe. You've got measurement cycles as well as calibration cycles. We'll just measurement cycle. Spindle bore, we'll say 50 diameter. We'll set to offset G58. Send. That program is now sent as a macro program, ready for you to run in the control. All you have to do is bring the spindle probe down into the bore.
That's a really easy and quick way to produce a cycle for probing.
Yes. Also, once it's done the measurement, it'll also give you exact size of that bore as it is now.
Right, yeah, okay.
One of the features is a tool offset page, where you can actually obviously measure your tools, but also tell it what exactly the tool is. So if we say it's a drill, it'll put the drill in. So if you're running a program and you don't want to run around the back and look in the carousel, you can just open this page up and find out tool 5 is a drill.
Right, that's also a very handy feature.
Yeah,
and then if you're just using a Z setter and you
Yes.
don't have the probe, you can just use this feature.
Yes, you've got a height for your Z setter and obviously a height for your master tool. Once they're both set, you bring your next tool in, bring it down, press length right, and it'll write the measurement of that tool straight to the tool offsets.
Okay.
This machine also has all the M codes stored on the control. As an app, just open it up and find the M code you're looking for.
Yeah, the operators would love that feature.
Also comes with a built-in calculator for you to work your sums out, as well as a machining calculator so you can calculate your speeds and feeds for milling and drilling. So if I just do drilling, we'll say a VC of 140, spindle diameter of 20, it'll give you the spindle speed, we tell it to 0.25 per rev, and it'll give you your feed to run it at as well.
Right, that's a very handy feature.
Yeah.
So Andy, I've heard that this control comes with a few apps that just makes life a bit easier for the operator. Could you show us some of those apps, please?
Yes, this machine has got a countdown feature on, so you tell it the number of parts required. Every time you run a cycle, it'll count one up, and then if you've got any no good parts, scrap parts, you just put them in, 2, 3. At the end of the day, it'll tell you how many good parts you have and how many bad parts. Useful feature. It also has a countdown, so once the part has been put on the machine, it's been proven out, you'll get a cycle time, and this will count green all the way around to yellow until it stops. Now this comes in handy if you're running maybe say multiple machines, the other machine, instead of having to come back over here to look where it is in the cycle, you just look at this control, oh yeah, it's halfway through, I know I've got about 20 minutes left.
Right, that's a very handy feature, especially if you're single-handed running a few machines at a time.
Yes, in a cell.
Yeah.
It also comes with full utilization. So you can tell it when your shift starts and ends, you can have multiple shifts. It'll give you a run time, an idle time, an alarm time, a handle time, as well as the machine, the doors are closed and not running time. And at the end of that day, it'll give you how well the machine's done, percentage-wise, as well as a monthly figure as well.
Yeah, that's a very useful and interesting feature for the management.
Yes, it also comes with a message board. So you have multiple shifts. If, say, one shift doesn't turn up in time, you can leave a note, type in, or actually write it with your hand, just to let them know how the machine's doing or what job's on next. It also has a built-in calendar. So you can mark up when your jobs are due, when the next job starts.
So it comes with a lot of features built in. Can you actually access this control remotely?
Yes, you can. All you need to do is press User Connect. As long as the machine is connected to the Ethernet router, it will give you one IP address and a password, which you can then put into your TeamViewer account on your laptop or your mobile phone and take over the control.
So Andy, all of our Hartford machines come with a camera built in. What are the benefits of having a camera on a machine?
Right, the built-in camera, you can access remotely via TeamViewer. It also records any alarm 30 seconds before and 30 seconds after. So say your operator goes for a break, comes back, and then there's been an alarm generator on the machine, either a broken tool, the machine's done something it shouldn't have done. It will record that and save it in a file, so then you can then access and have a look at what went wrong.
That's very good to have this option for remote diagnostics, basically.
Yes, yeah.
So Andy, what happens if, for example, you broke a tap or the tool changing cycle stops mid-cycle?
Right, rigid tapping, you can now actually stop it while it's tapping before it breaks the tap and get it to rigid tap but back out the hole. All you do is hit the emergency stop, pull it out, put it into handle jog, cycle start, and it will retract the tap back out at the same speed and feed, so you shouldn't break a tap.
Right, very good. And then what happens if your cycle gets interrupted in the middle of a tool change?
So I said you have a power cut or the operator hits a reset. Some machines you've got different M codes to locate the arm, bring it back up. On this it's just one M code, M86. You put that into the control and it'll fully recover the tool changer.
That makes life a lot easier.
A lot easier, yes.
Yeah. Thanks, Andy. Looks like a lot of features are already built into this control. So if a customer would like to try this control for themselves, do they actually have to buy a Hartford machine?
No, they don't. We actually have a demo unit, which is the same control as this one. We can take down to the customer, give them half a day's training, and then leave the demo unit with the customer 2 to 3 weeks to see if they're happy with the control and they do want this control with their machine, or whether they want to stick to the Fanuc or Hydradyne.
Right, and we also offer full training and support on this particular machine and control.
Yes, we do.
Thank you very much for your time today, Andy.
Thank you.
There you have it. If you're interested in Hartford machines or the Hartrol control, please get in touch with us using the number on your screen, or just simply visit wardcnc.com. Thanks.